Bye.
I am awesome at procrastination and then handling my shit. Like, you give me a year to do things, I will wait to day 355.
Yeah, that's me.
But I'll get it done though. Like, and it'll come out pretty good, but it's not a good, like, it's a good trait to have, but not a good trait to have. So,
It's not. I swear to God, this is my last year. But the thing is, I told myself this the last time, but again, I thought I had like one more year to go, but I didn't realize.
I wish you luck, man. We'll make this quick and
Yeah, it's all good.
go back to your reading, nerd. How's everybody doing, man?
Otherwise, good, man. Otherwise, good.
All right.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
What you got?
As Will said, I'm rocking the Kazi.
Ah, nice. I didn't realize because it was like cut off at the. I didn't see all of it. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't want to do the cut off. You know, you hear me talk, but I'm just cut off from the neck down. So,
Yeah.
but it's an awesome shirt. And again, anybody listening, man, go check out Tell Me Kazi collection. I love it. Still good things coming up on there, as well as the original designs. And go to his link on Instagram, and it will navigate you to it all.
You know, my next design is going to be something you drew for me months ago.
Really?
I mean, years ago, actually. You know that drawing that you did? It's the guy with the snakes in his hair and the fire in his eyes.
Wow, I do remember that. I barely remember. I know I drew it for you. I don't remember what the hell it looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to get some colors in there, because right now it's black and white.
Do me a favor. Take a snapshot of it and send it to me, because I'm probably sure I can upgrade that and make it look way better than whatever it is I sent you.
Okay. All right.
So please do that.
Cool. I'll do that today. Yep.
How was everybody's hose? Merry Christmas to everybody.
Like, well,
the whole train.
Everybody's all right?
It was good.
It was
Quiet, straight to the point.
Yeah, it was quiet is the word to use. So yeah, I hear you. Still following rules, so really didn't do anything but just hang out, me, myself, and some Netflix.
Nice.
That was about it. But it's all good, man. You know, I got a chance to FaceTime the family. You know, we're good, man. So everybody's doing well. Everybody enjoyed the Christmas, so we're good. Did you hear about the story of
Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Huh?
I said Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Yeah, that'd be a story for another time. No, this one was in Jersey. I don't have any of the names. I have no information other than the actual story. So this mother, just being a good mom, this little girl was like, I want a mermaid baby for Christmas. So, you know, she goes, all right, I'll, you know, Santa, get it for you. She goes online, she finds it on Etsy. Now, this should have been problem number one. The doll was $500.
What?
To begin with.
I don't love that much.
But her being a mom, you know, got a kid, got to make the kid happy, whatever. She orders it, $500 mer baby. Bang. Comes in the mail. Gives it to her daughter. Her daughter's like, to quote the daughter, I want mine prettier. Now, the lady sent a picture of the mer baby, and it was butt ass ugly. Like, hair chopped up green, spray painted to make it look like scales. Like, it just looked horrible for $500. Like, don't get me wrong, you go to a dollar store, all right, mer baby at the dollar store, there you go. For $500, you know, wow, it didn't look like it was worth $500. Nothing about this baby looked like it was $500. So she's like, all right. She tried to dye the hair for the kid. Nothing happened. Like, she tried to do a couple other things. She checked online, and there's an actual place called Teddy Bear Doll Hospital. And you send it to them, and they hook it up. You know, they do whatever changes you want to be done.
That's actually really cool.
It's a good idea. Technically, that's actually a good idea.
I guarantee they make money, too.
Yeah. They preserve whatever teddy bear got destroyed, but whatever, you know, they repatch it and send it back. So she sends the doll over to the place in Jersey. And then, like, a few days later, she gets a call from the Secaucus detective.
Oh.
And she goes, yeah, so tell me about the doll. And, they're going back and forth. So she goes, yeah, well, when they opened the doll up, they cracked the head open and they found like 4 ounces of cocaine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I basically she just paid for that doll right there.
So the lady had to convince the cop, like, yo, it's not no, it's not me. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just the idiot that paid $500 for an ugly ass baby.
Wow.
So once they determined she had nothing to do with it, they found out that it was a drug smuggling ring in Alabama.
Huh.
And, they found, they did the back tracing and all that, and then they arrested the dude down there and all that. But there you go. Like, that's why the babies look so ugly. I guess they figured, who's going to want to buy $500 from this baby, not knowing there's not drugs in here?
Oh, man.
And there you go. So.
Wow.
That is.
Merry Christmas all around.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I actually thought of that like months ago. I mean, not with dolls, but with like other things. I was just like, because when they took down Silk Road, I was just like, there has to be another site that's like kind of like that, that's doing that we don't know about.
I always wanted to check out the dark web.
Yeah.
You're the biggest thing I know to a tech. So I always wanted to do it with you.
I'm afraid to do it. I'm so afraid.
I'm semi-nervous to do it. Like
I would have to do it on a laptop that's like I have nothing personal on, like
it's like a burner.
Like a brand new out the box laptop. I would do it. Or like nothing with my information on it.
It's like a burner laptop. Just
Yeah, there you go.
Get rid of it.
Yep.
I was so interested. There's 2 things I want to do that I'm super interested in, and I'm both scared to do.
I was gonna ask you, like, what inspired you to want to go on there? Like, what are the things that are intriguing you?
Just the intrigue of it all. Like that rabbit hole I want to go into, but that rabbit hole is dangerous to go into. Like there's snakes, there's shit in that rabbit hole so I got intrigued by it when I heard about it. This was, I've known about it for a while. So then you do your research on it. And then I found some YouTube clips of like deep web surfing, dark web surfing gone wrong. And on top of the things I want to see about, there's some things that I want nothing to do with. Like I don't want to see anything that you can stumble on. So the one thing that made me go, oh shit, was this guy, he did it. Like, he was in his house, he grabbed his laptop, he hopped on, he went on. And he found, it was a dude bragging that he killed a family.
Oh, wow.
He ended up stumbling on that part. And it was some guy that, now I don't know how true this is. I don't know anything really about this other than it was a story, but it's a story that very well could be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things that in the dark web, it could happen. So he's on and on, just bragging about how he killed his family. And
his family or this particular family?
This one family.
Okay.
Who knows how many he killed or whatever. So somebody called bullshit on him, and he turned the camera, and he had like a family member still alive, tied up, and he was about to like do some shit to her.
Wow.
So the guy who stumbled on it,
hopped
on, he's like, this is horrible, I'm gonna call the cops, da da da. When he said he was gonna call the cops, his screen went black. And all of a sudden, like the Matrix, how like letters start typing up.
Yeah.
It's just started typing up like, yeah, you don't want to do that. And he started typing back like, I'm gonna do it, like this is sick, blah, blah, blah. So I think his phone rang with no number, no nothing. Just it rang. And then the screen came on and said, and just started giving his information. Your name is this, you live here, you do this. Don't call the cops. And then he said, I can see you. So the guy puts the shirt over his camera on his laptop.
He should have done that.
And the thing comes back the text come back, it goes, take your jacket off. Like, I just saw you do that. Like, take it off. Because if you don't take it off, and he just starts saying all kind of shit. So the guy takes off. He goes, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through on how to permanently get rid of the dark web. Like, I'm going to teach you how to never end up coming back on here. And he walked him through it and all that. And, you know, it was it. Like, he ended up going to the cops still, but the cops, they couldn't get on, you know, from his laptop. Like, he really hacked his own shit that you couldn't go back on. So that's one of the reasons I don't want to go in there.
Like, what do you, I mean, besides that option of what he ended up having to do, like, what the hell do you do if you don't want to go to the, like, you can't move anywhere? You can't get away.
No, you can, well.
If they know everything about you, I'm sure they can, whatever information on your computer. But again, that's why Will's saying that you have to use a, like a burner one or whatever the case.
Not only that, but the big mistake is he did it at home. Like, when you do stuff like that, you want to go to like Starbucks in like West Bubblefuck, and then on top of that, you want to also do a VPN, which kind of masks your IP address. But even still, if they find you, it'll be like, oh, you're at a Starbucks in West Bubblefuck. They can't really get that much information. So
there's so many things. Like, I will never do that at my house.
Yeah, no way. Come on.
And if I would go somewhere to do that, I'm wearing a disguise.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
I wouldn't even drive my car or wherever I'm going to get there. I would probably like an hour away, like walk over there or some shit like that. Like,
I'd have my camera covered automatically before I even jump on.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be at where I'm at. Your IP address gives you information. So, like, you'd have to, like, do a burner laptop. There's so many things. But, you know, he optioned his way into there because he was just going wherever and whenever. Like, wherever he was just clicking on everything. Like, my curiosities, I'm not going into there. Like, there's too many holes in that rabbit hole, man. There's too many little lefts and rights you could take and accidentally end up there. So,
yeah.
Yo, Will, as a computer tech, can you go into your computer and like permanently like disable your camera feature, or, like fuck it up, where like not like where you can just turn it off? Because I assume that these guys are that good, they can always just like, okay, fine, he disabled his camera, let me turn it back on. But can you like totally like mess up the whole function of the camera by putting in some commands or something like that?
I mean, you could like totally uninstall the drivers for the webcam, or block it, or totally delete the files that pertain to the webcam. But who knows if these guys could put files back and re-enable it. So the best way is always to, I actually have a laptop webcam cover.
A dark net one?
That's pretty much the best way.
So gotcha. I would just take a little screwdriver and poke and break the shit. Go look in there when you can't break it.
Yeah.
But I don't venture off into that.
So what was the second one?
Ouija board.
Yeah.
I actually have a Ouija board at the house. I refuse to open it at the house.
Oh,
I'm a believer. I used it one time at work. I was at a supervisor one spot. I was at a supervisor, and at a certain time, I'm pretty much by myself at night. You know, I have to do some things, and I have to send everybody home when the work is done, and then I have to do some paperwork and shit like that. So I have time at the end of the night to myself.
To your lair.
It's technically like a little lair. Like, I'm the only person in that building.
About to summon Mum Ra. You have a limit.
I try to summon somebody. It didn't work. They say you're technically not supposed to do it by yourself, and not for any like woogity woogity thing. Like, you're just not supposed to do it by yourself because technically, like, one person doesn't have the energy to do it all. So I said, fuck it. I couldn't get anybody to do it. You know, everybody was like, nah, I ain't messing with you. So I said, all right, I'm doing it on my own. So I was at work, and I brought it to my desk. It was like a little upstairs thing. So I was upstairs, and I opened it up, and I did the things that I have to do. But nothing happened, though.
Just don't do whatever do while we're talking, all right?
Group Ouija.
Yeah, group Zoom.
I believe in that though. I'm a spiritual person. So I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I'm spiritual like that. So I believe in those things.
Oh yeah, I believe in them things too.
I still
There's
want to
some
try it.
there's some things that has happened to me where it's like, all right, I don't know how that happened, but I'm not gonna really go deep into it because I don't want to get freaked out myself. But
We can ask the Ouija board.
or we could not, or I could just live with it. It kind of passed. They didn't come back. You know.
There's some rules you have to follow, and you keep positive. You say you don't want any negative things coming in through whatever portal you're opening or whatever that case is, and you just take it from there. You can't be all negative going into it.
How long does it take to start up? I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. I mean, like, I assume that there's got to be some kind of like a ritual, or not ritual, but like some kind of sayings or something like that you have to say prior, right?
You don't have to like sacrifice any chickens or anything when we get started. We got some like nuggets before we start. We just have some chicken nuggets before we start. You open. So technically, it's like you open a door. Spiritually, you open a door. I forgot. It has been so long. I don't know the actual. I don't think there's any like. There's no like chance or anything like that. You just kind of welcome it. Say, open up the door. However you open up the door, and then you ask questions. The only rule I know is you have to close the door. You cannot, even if you're freaked out or whatever, you can't just get scared, close up the Ouija board, and haul ass. Like, you have to close it. There's a certain way you have to do it. Like, that's a certain thing you have to do. Like, before you are done, you have to literally say you're closing the door. You have to, thank whatever came in, or I forgot how it goes, but you have to close that door. If not, the door remains open. And then there you go.
I feel like you should end it like, yo, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
Unless you're going to pay rent, you got to go.
Yeah, time to go. Time to go.
Yeah.
Is that Martin, right?
Ready to go.
Yeah, you got to go. That's Martin. Yeah.
Okay, get the stepping.
That's a step.
Did see, speaking of Martin.
Orange soda cameo.
And, well, just comedians in that, like, kind of genre. The trailer for Coming to America 2.
Oh.
I was actually
heard about it. I didn't get to see it yet.
Ooh. Huh?
You saw it?
The trailer? Hell yeah.
I was surprised, man. I was like, usually when they take like 80 years to do like a sequel, it never really
never does.
It never. I mean, but it just off the trailer. Again, we don't know what it's gonna be like the whole entire movie, but off the trailer, I'm like, all right, I'll go see it. I'll watch it.
I'm definitely want to see it. The original cast is in there, like,
which is great.
The king, he's there. The wife is there. I mean, whoever pretty much was in there is in there again. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall are playing all the characters that they did play, from Sexual Chocolate to the barbershop guys. Like, they're all back. They're all doing their thing. Wesley Snipes is in it. Like, I want to... Huh?
I said, I wonder who he's playing.
He looks like he's some, like, dictator or something.
Like, probably like the bad guy, the protagonist, probably.
Either way, Wesley Snipes isn't Coming to America too. So I want to see that shit. Blade isn't Coming to America.
Tiana Taylor's in it.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It made me reminisce on all the Eddie Murphy movies back in the day that made him so epic. Not the Dr. Doolittles and all the other ones, which were good. I'm not, whatever. Like, he went.
They were like, but he had a couple. Obviously, like, he had a lot of great ones though.
All like the raunchy comedians, Ice Cube did Are We There Yet? Like, they all they gotta be appealing to everybody. I mean, Boys in the Hoods can you do before you need to
branch out
up to another? Yeah, you gotta branch out. So I'm not mad that he did the Dr. Doolittles and all that, but man, Harlem Nights, Trading Places, like those are classics. The original Coming to America,
Nutty Professor.
the Nutty Professor, which was to me was Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Even on the third Beverly Hills Cop, he went family orientated on. Went to Wally World.
Fucking
no curses. Still, Eddie Murphy, man, I can't be mad at it. I went back. I didn't see all of them, but Raw and Delirious.
That's actually, I want to go. Oh, another 48 hours. I want to go back and see 48 hours because I don't remember that one that well.
No, that was classic. It's funny though because Raw and Delirious are epic classics. Like when you go into classic stand-up shows, like that's up there with the best of the best.
I agree. However,
it is so outdated. Like when you go back and hear some of the things, like he even said it, he's like, yo, he cringes at some of the jokes that he heard himself say from those kind of specials. Couldn't make them anymore though. Huh?
You can even go back to like early 2000 Saturday Night Live. I just happened to watch a clip the other day. Matter of fact, I sent you a clip, but even though it was of Jim Brewer when he used to put like the Joe Pesci, and he was trying to be Italian and like sounding a certain way, and then like who's the black guy that's on Saturday Night Live?
Tracy Morgan.
Tim Meadows.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he comes in and then he says some mad racist shit to him, and he says like some mad racist shit to the other guy that they were playing. I'm like, yo, if that was today, the show would be canceled. There's no way.
And it was less censorship for Delirious and Raw. He was talking about holy shit. You couldn't make that anymore. Even if you wanted to, you could never make that. He'd be banned from all things comedy.
Yeah. Just gonna show you like how much we've changed, man. How much we not tolerate anymore, or how sensitive, I should say, maybe we are.
That's a better word.
Sensitive.
I don't know if that's a good thing though.
I don't know about the we part, the they part.
Hey, you know what? Fair enough. I'm still me. I have to curve myself because, again, we've gotten so sensitive. I like that word, sensitive. We've gotten. But again, I don't think that's not necessarily a good thing all the way around. Look how many people are just butthurt over anything. Over anything.
When you say everything, not everything, but everything. Everything.
There's a group for everything. You can't appease this group without disrespecting this group. You can't then apologize to this group without going back to that group over there. There's so many like Karen compilations of just, what are we doing? Like, again, like, don't get me wrong. I don't mind evolving. There's a difference between evolving and becoming super sensitive. If we evolve into something better, I'm cool with that. We are going to continuously grow and learn and get smarter and all this other stuff. If some of that means that we have to chill with some languages or things, depending on what it is, I'm cool. But we're losing a bit of our freedoms, man, with everyone that comes in. Like, you can't say this curse word because it's offensive. You can't say this word because it's offensive. Even though this group will say that word, but it's their word to say. And I'm not even saying any N-bombs or anything like that. Not even saying that. Even with that, like growing up, where I grew up, where we grew up.
That was acceptable.
I said more N-bombs than Chris Rock. Like, but it was accepted with the people I was with, though. Gradually you learn, you grow up. I don't do it now. I don't. I curb what I say now because I'm not around the people that, I was accepted by the people around me to say it. I saw this clip. Oh my God, I saw this clip.
I think I saw the same one. Go ahead.
The white kid in the convenience store.
I saw, yep.
And he was dropping N-bombs and N-bombs, and this black dude was just like, yo, bro, like, chill. And he's like, yo, man, I ain't being disrespectful, but I'm going to say, man, till the day I die, like, man. What you going to do? And the dude took out like a beer bottle, a can.
And he wasn't even going to hit him with it originally. He just kind of took it out and did like a little flip with it. But
he was going to hit him with that shit.
No, I mean, but like right off the bat, he wasn't going to, he was just, I think he was trying to like get ready to, if this guy was going to hit him, to respond back. So he had it and they did like a little flip with it and then it fell. And then when he went to go pick it up, the dude kicked him and the thing to kind of kick it out the way. And then that's when the dude picked up the bottle and straight beer can.
So that was your interpretation.
Oh.
My interpretation was he was going to level him with that regardless. When he took it out, if you go back in that clip, he takes out the beer can, how he positions it in his hand, and the stance he takes, he was going to wallop him with that. He was just going to be slick, do some cowboy flip the gun shit, and then hit him with it. But when he flipped it, it dropped to the ground. And then the kid was like, what? Yo, the kid was like, hit me with it. Hit me. And then it dropped on the ground. And when he went to pick it up, the kid tried to kick it, but he missed because the kid already picked it up. He hits him with a devastating, like he killed the can.
Yeah, royal flush.
The can exploded in the guy's face.
Damn.
And he dropped him. And then the kid got up and he was ready to fight him. There's actually like 40 more seconds of that clip. Did you see the full? Like, there's actually.
I see it when I think they get on the floor, and then like that's it. That's when it cuts off for the one I saw.
I saw the extended version of that.
Oh, so the director's cut.
I saw the director's cut. So he gets him, and the kid's like puts his hands up, and he comes to see him, and the kid grabs him, throws him up against the counter, drops him on the ground, and he's like, "N-word me again."
Oh, I did see
bat, N-word me again, bat. Yeah, but what you didn't see on the director's cut was he scoops him up like dope fiend style.
Oh.
And he's like, "We good? We good?" And the kid's like, "Yo, we good. We good. We good." So he's like, "We good? You gonna say that again?" He goes, "Nah, we good. We good." And he lets him go. Wow. And he gets up and he walks away. And then the kid stumbles up and still trying to hold on to whatever dignity he has. He's just like, "We good? We good?" He's just walking around like, "We good?" He was like, "Huh?" As somebody on Facebook said, you keep campaigning, you'll get elected.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
Speaking of throwing some fisticuffs, did you guys see so Logan Paul, the kid who beat Nate Robinson?
Yeah.
I guess he's getting a little bit too big for his britches now, because he's just getting real cocky with professionals now. Like, yep. He's getting cocky with professionals.
Saying anything.
So that big dude, Yoel Romero,
yeah,
he's just an MMA monster. He's like, "Come on, let's go." He ain't going to fight him. He already said, he's like, "I ain't fighting you."
Of course not. Of course not.
He's talking shit to Connor. He's talking shit to a lot of different people. But it's funny. Amanda Nunez.
Oh.
She challenged him. She was like, "Let's go, boxing." If it was MMA, she would kill him. And you've heard me say this: the fastest female runner can't beat the fastest male runner. You know, the strongest woman is not stronger than the strongest man. However, Amanda Nunez is, while she's at the top of her game, especially throwing those rights and lefts.
Yeah.
That hand game is woo. I don't think Jake Paul is the top of the food chain on throwing those hands. So I kind of want to see that, because I don't think Nunez is gonna. She might go down, but I think she'll lump him up or take the W. I don't know.
If they were gonna fight, I'd rather see them MMA it.
I would rather see that too. If he's smart, he won't take that fight.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate lose-lose. Because if you win, well, you just beat up a woman. Yeah. Like, nobody's going to look at that as anything. But if you lose, you lost to a woman. It doesn't even matter that's going to be UFC, Amanda Nunez, or whatever. He's never going to live that down. Like, they're going to make sure that he's not going to forget that shit. So I think the Mayweather is set to fight him, right?
Yeah.
I hope Mayweather just punishes him.
Tags him up. Like, tags him up.
Because it's one thing if you're the YouTube guy and you're doing these fights or whatever, but you're humble about it. But now you're not Ali. You know, you're not relaxed, man.
Just like you said with the other dude. You know, like if you keep on wanting to be
keep campaigning, you're gonna get elected.
You know. I saw him pull off. I think it was McGregor's trainer was having some kind of like outside
throwing the water balloons. Yeah.
I'm like, yo, if you want to have beef with him, that's fine. Don't bring me into this. You know, I'll train him, but like that's pushing the limit, man.
I'll kind of get his hands on him too.
Anybody that wants to take him down, go for it.
If he fight Conor, that's going to be a major payday also.
It is. He's going to get paid, but
yeah,
I don't mind seeing him humbled for a couple of dollars that he's going to make.
True.
And maybe he won't get humbled. Maybe it'll just be, I don't know. I just have some humility when, especially in that sport, because there's somebody that's always better than you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, who are you fighting? You're fighting a basketball player and you're fighting another YouTuber. That's your lane. You're talking shit on people who do that for a living.
Yeah, it's a different game.
And I've seen Jake Paul train. Like, I've seen clips of him training. He trains hard.
You can tell that he knows how to, I mean, he's not the best boxer, but he knows how to box.
He knows how to box. Like, I give him credit for that. But it's because you know how to box doesn't make you a boxer like that, you know? Like, there are people that are not amateurs, but just starting out their professional career. They'll hand you your ass. You know, again, you're fighting YouTubers and a basketball player who just threw the gloves on and was like, all right, let's do it. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to see Amanda Nunez give him a 1-2.
How come there haven't been any like major female matches recently? Even though I'm not as connected as you guys are, but usually I would hear more about like, especially the major ones. Does that sound on par with you guys or no?
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't really been that much big fights. There's been a lot of no-name fighters. Well, not no-name, but not like the big names fighting. But Amanda Nunez has a fight coming up in March, though, which is going to be interesting against Megan Anderson. That girl is like 6'5", I want to say. She has longer reach. She has a longer reach than Amanda Nunez, so it's going to be pretty interesting.
What's her record?
I'm not sure, but she's like Megan Anderson's a beast.
Yeah.
She is. Anytime she fights anybody, everyone else looks so much smaller because she's so tall. Looks crazy.
I know of people, I follow it more closely than I have, but you're my aficionado, Will, on MMA. How's Amanda's takedown game?
Her takedown game is pretty decent. I will say that it's decent, but there's people that are better. So that's why when she first fought that Russian chick the first time, her takedown was better than Amanda. So she was taking Amanda down like with ease. So Amanda's is decent, but there's other ones that are better than her in that game. But nobody could touch her with the hands, though. I could tell you that.
I was gonna say she's a better striker than grappler, but she has some grapple game.
Yeah, she does have some grapple game. Not the best, but she has some grapple game.
I remember she fought Chris Cyborg.
Oh yeah.
She split homegirl's head. Was it that fight? I know Cyborg fought somebody, and she got her forehead split to the bone, to the skull. And they showed that shit. Woo! I don't know. I would love. I would love to train MMA. I couldn't be in there on a let's do this. I don't hear no bell. I'm not
I was about to ask y'all, like the fact that you guys like how you guys love it. You can tell you guys appreciate it. Like, have you ever thought about like actually like taking classes?
Many years ago, yeah, but not recent. No.
at my ripe old age. Yes, I have. I have a speed bag and a heavy bag at the other side of my house. I have hand wraps. I have MMA gloves. I work on the speed bag and the heavy bag. I would love to incorporate some type of MMA to go with it. But I believe, if memory serves me correct, you have to learn something else before you can go into the MMA cage. Like, you have to learn some jujitsu. Like, you have to learn either wrestling. Like,
wrestling is a good base. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, true. I'm not disagreeing with that. I don't know. I don't think I'd be interested in the wrestling part, even though technically you can hand somebody their ass.
Right.
With wrestling, you will maul somebody if you are wrestling capable and the person you fighting is not.
That's why that Russian dude is like undefeated. He's retiring undefeated because his base is wrestling. I don't care if you're a striker, Muay Thai, whatever. He's taking you down and he's taking you out.
So about Khabib?
Yeah, Khabib.
Khabib, he's a special type of guy. He wrestled with bears growing up. Like, I will never ever forget that. Like, he grew up training with bears.
Yeah,
that's how we learned how to grapple.
That's some made up story comic book storyline. Like,
I didn't believe until I saw it.
You get your superpowers. Oh yeah, I wrestled with bears. You know, like
you don't believe it. Like Wolf said, until you see it. Yeah, he wrestled with bears, whatever. And like, as a kid, he wasn't wrestling grizzlies. You know, he was wrestling bears in his weight class, as I guess. You know, he was, I guess, cubs. He was wrestling cubs as a baby. But, I mean, a baby cub is still
strong
as hell.
Compared to a little child.
Yep.
Wow. I took jujitsu classes for a little bit. Yeah, but it was too brutal for my body, man. It takes like days to recover. And like with my messed up shoulders and with what I do for my living for a job, I was like, damn, I can't risk getting hurt, because if I get hurt, then who's working for me? No one. So
if I can fit the time to do it, I would. And I guess when this COVID shit ends, I would like to, just as another form of working out.
It's
learning.
Yo, that work, or just the warm up. The warm up, man. Motherfuckers asking me like, yo, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like dying, yo. And it's like a 10-minute warm up.
What's the warm up?
So like, you got to do like laps around the gym, and then like you got to do some where you're like laying on your back and you have to shimmy to the other end of the fucking other end of the gym. And there's like other things that you got to do as well. Like, but it's like, so if you don't normally do them, these shits are fucking hard. The shit that used to get me was that shit, like where like you're almost like you're pushing yourself out of the hole. So like, you kind of like, there's like a technique that you got to do and like push your foot 1 foot away. And again, you have to do that across the whole floor. Yo, you want to talk about sore and being hurt.
See, I hear that, and that just makes you want to try it.
It's a great workout. It's a great workout, but I'm saying like, with the first time you start to do that shit, you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck am I doing?
How long was your class? Like, per class?
It was about like an hour.
Okay.
And I did like at least like 6 classes, I think it was. Yeah, like 6 classes.
That's not bad.
No, again, I liked it once I got used to it. And like you said, it's another form of working out. When you like going like working on the treadmill or like running or whatever the case may be, that's a certain level of exhaustion you build up.
Yeah.
And training and doing that shit is like another level. So like I realized like, wow, I thought I was putting work in at the gym. This is another level of fucking intensity that like you have to get to in order to maintain. Because like how long are those rounds? Like 3 minute rounds, right?
MMA is 5 minute rounds.
5 minutes. It's like, yeah, I probably wouldn't. If I had to like go fight around, there's no way. Like at the time, there's no way I could probably finish a round with someone. But you get to see like how obviously when you put in the work that you can get really good, you know.
But that's why you have to learn something before you go in there, like to have a foundation of it before you go into a ring and then start sparring out, man. Like God, I would love to do that. Jiu-jitsu, I heard, is pretty good too. Like that's one of those things that if you know it, you kind of diffuse the situation, you know, without having to murder anybody.
Yo, these dudes, and the dudes that are nice, man, the way they can put you in the moves, like without you even like fucking knowing or even feeling it, you're just like, yo, it's like, boom, how did I get here? You know?
Jiu-jitsu.
And when you know that,
Good.
No, good.
I was gonna say jiu-jitsu is using somebody's own body weight. That's jiu-jitsu, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Well, I thought that was like the Steven Seagal shit, like using the momentum against you.
Well, Jiu-Jitsu too, that's probably one of the rules in there.
Isn't it the main thing is like to achieve like submission?
Oh yeah.
To get your
that's number one, yeah.
No, they teach you submission. Like I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Will or Len, it's not heavy striking taught. It's more body weight, getting on top, doing what you have to, and then submissions like that.
Yeah.
Because once you put your body weight on somebody, it tires them out. That's to help tire them out. That's why sometimes you'll see in a UFC match, you'll be like, you know, why is this guy just laying on him and not doing really anything? But having somebody's body weight on you for that long tires you out. So
this shit is taxing. Yeah, man. Get off me.
Yeah.
And then if you
have milk on you for like 3 hours, you're just like,
the position for them to
tap it out. No, get off me. You win. So yeah, I ran through everything I needed to. You guys got anything?
Well,
I just wanted to bring up so disappointing, man. Like, and the thing is, I don't even get a stimulus check because I make a certain amount. So I didn't get one the first round. I'm not gonna get one the second round. But for me, it's more like thinking of other people. I'm just like, yo, $600? Are these guys like? I kind of think they're just like laughing in people's faces now. Like it's just like, yo, we're just gonna hit them off with 600. Let them be content with that. We'll stick with our millions. Just crazy, man.
I don't get that shit either. It's like, how can you wait that long just to decide if you're gonna give people $600 and then not give and not even give it to them? It's disgusting, man. It just makes you like want to hate this world even more because like it's like, how can people really be this fucking evil, man?
That's
like it's months. There's people that haven't had a job for months now, months. And what is $600 gonna fucking do? That's like maybe like 2 weeks worth of groceries, right?
Yep, exactly. That's what I said.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to make that last until like the next 8 months before you decide to give us more money again.
And then they'll probably give us 300 the next time. Like, come on.
And I hear like there's like stipulations like in this whole bill, like, you know, to give like the bigger companies like not tax breaks, but like where they can't be like charged with something. I forgot there's like an exact term that they use, but I can't forget it right now. But like anyway, it gives them like an out basically for some other shit if some other shit happens. So I get why they don't want to make that bill and go into make it pass, because I'm like, yo, why should you be exempt for some shit that you're probably gonna be starting, right?
They're not liable for something.
Yeah, exactly. They make them they're not liable for. I forgot the exact thing, but I know that's part of the reason why they don't want to sign it.
Well, it passed all the way through. Trump's not signing it.
I'm surprised that he's like, yo, give these people $2,000.
He's trying to get his last little hurrah on his way out, and this is probably like the most thing that actually makes sense that he's done.
Exactly. Yeah.
If he would have ran his presidency like how he was talking and acting, talking about that stimulus check, not saying I'd be a fan, but I would respect him a lot more.
Exactly.
Because he finally broke it down. Now he's doing that out of spite. Like, let's not fuck that up. He's being spiteful to, you know, he's just doing that for his own means.
Exactly.
He could have did that the first time around. He could have said, I want more for the people. And he could have went along and breaking down what goes where, and this is why it's not fair. Like, he has his own agenda. Again, that word agenda. He has his own agenda why he's doing that.
Yep.
But he's technically right about what he said.
Yep.
He has millions going to museums, to other countries, like there's so much money allocated to other places. And we're talking millions on millions on millions. And it comes to, okay, well, Americans will get $600, $600 on that one. So as much as shit as Trump usually is full of, and of course he has his own agenda why he's doing it, he's not wrong.
Nope.
He's not wrong on this.
No.
So that's some bullshit.
That is.
You get one $1,200 check and then nothing for months on end. And it's like, all right, guys, we got you around this time. Here's $600. So you're really treating Americans like crackheads. You know, you're really, don't get me, I mean, I guess something is better than nothing, but that's a whole lot of nothing to give. Like, that something is so little, it really does nothing to anybody. Like how you said, imagine, you know, I saw this meme on Facebook, and it was like, imagine going 9 months without paying rent, and you show up with $600 to your landlord. Like, what do you like? And you blow that 600 right there. Like, that's to say, hey, don't throw me out. Here's what I can give you. But then what are you gonna do? Like you said, Len, for food. You know, how do you allocate that money?
Yeah.
To live? It's fucked up, man.
That shit is real sad, man. And one of my things is, like, I'm just trying to be thankful for, like, all the shit that I have. And I'm like, damn, man, like, what about the people that don't got a fucking job right now? That, like, are just, like, waiting for this shit. Waiting months.
And this, you know, you go to other countries, and there was another post I saw somewhere, and it broke down, like, what other countries are doing, like,
per month. I saw those numbers, and that's per month.
Like, here's $600 per month, or here's $1,200 per month. Like, okay, it's not as helpful, but it helps, you know? Like, you're giving something to somebody. In almost a year's time, you gave $2,400, maybe? No, $1,200, $600. You gave $1,800 in about a year span to people who have no means.
That is a spit in the face. That is a spit in the face, man.
It is a spit in the face, man. Like, that's fucked up. It definitely is.
There's no way with that adds up. There's no way that makes sense. There's no way.
But then when you, like, again, when Trump breaks it down and you see how much money is going towards shit that...
Fuck them right now. Like, fuck that other shit.
Exactly.
Like, why
all these other countries?
Yeah, all those, like, I get, like, the airlines and shit. Some certain companies have to be running, but, like, yo, when the airlines were overcharging us for bags and fucking all these fucking extra shit that they would charge us for that we didn't even need. You know how many times I was trying to go to Jamaica, what was it, a couple years ago, and every time when I was about to complete my purchase of my tickets, I got redirected and I couldn't do it. And then every time I went back in to log in, my fee was more. It was like more each time. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? So for them to be going out of business, fuck them. Fuck them.
It's all a hustle. And, like, even with the stimulus check, it's no different.
Yeah. If I have to know how to, like, allocate my funds properly and know what bill I got to pay this month if times are hard and what bill I got to pay this week or whatever the case may be, those airline companies and shit like that, they should do the same exact thing. They should think ahead instead of just blowing their wad on money and getting a whole bunch of kickbacks and the CEOs getting, like, major yearly bonuses.
Yeah.
And yet they don't have money to survive for the year when they, like, it just happened months ago. Like, how are they out of money?
Because that's the game they play, you know, and they know they're going to be bailed out at the end of it. And the balls for Congress to go back and forth arguing this thing. and then one side blaming the other side, and all these pointing fingers and talking shit about the other side, and then you guys go, all right, we did it, man, America.
Yeah, you saw how hyped they were about that? Oh my gosh, I wanted to like smack them.
We did it, America. We got your back, man. We just need a president to sign this. And again, for all you,
thumbs up.
We go all, thumbs up, man, from both sides.
Selling hope, man. Selling hope. Selling false hope.
Selling false hope. And then again, like, we're in bizarro world when Trump is the reasoning. Well, here's what you know. Here's what we know about this. This amount of millions going to this country. This amount of millions going to this country. This amount of millions going to the Smithsonian Museum. This amount of millions going to some fisherman shit. Like, you okay how many billions worth of relief to end up giving all these millions away, and then it's 600 a person to the Americans. Like, that is, wow, that is some blatant. That's blatant. Like, that is.
And then you got some European country that that bought, like, I think double the amount of COVID vaccine just to help give it out to the other fucking countries that needed it, that can't get it.
Did you hear the Jamaican? Do they have a president or a prime minister?
I heard. I think it's a prime minister.
Oh my God! God bless him. He
stole it.
He was like, when things first come out, you don't want to be the first one to try them, but then we're gonna let it see. We're gonna see America and Europe and all these other countries. We're gonna see them, and then after that, he goes, we ain't trying that shit first. He goes, we ain't trying it. He goes, we're not trying the vaccine. We are going to let these other countries do it, and we'll see how that shit works out. He goes, if they're all healthy and it works out, we'll take it.
That's funny. That is funny.
Pardon the bad accent.
Oh, hey, that was pretty good. That was good. But yeah, you could tell, like, but their numbers are not as bad as probably, like, obviously as our numbers and shit like that. So, like, I get it. Like, hey, if you could wait a while, might as well to see how it works.
I'm not mad for any country doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever any country decides, either for rushing to get it or like just waiting to see, I'm good.
We'll be laying in the cut. Europe, America, Canada, you guys are the powerhouses. You guys try it out. When the grown-up table's done, we'll pass it over here and then we'll take it. I ain't mad at that.
No.
I applaud the Jamaican prime minister or president. I'm sorry, I forgot. But I applaud him for saying that.
Just for saying it, you get props. Because that's a lot of shit. A lot of politicians, especially in the United States, would never just come out and say like that. They would like mask it with some other shit. Like,
he made his agenda very clear. Like, you have to respect. Look, man, at the end of the day, you got to respect the honesty of it. Like, yo, I'm not trying this shit. I'm not putting my citizens that I've been sworn to protect. You guys want to try it out? Go ahead. People are fainting. Like people are dropping. The people are getting what's it called? When you're like, your lip, like you got body parts that droop a little bit.
Like a stroke?
Stroke?
No, it's not a stroke. It's Jim Ross has it.
I don't know what he had, but I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
So they're linking that to the vaccine. Like, some people are getting that after getting it,
Wow.
So they're rushing this vaccine, man. And partly the reason they're rushing is because Americans don't know how to act. All this, my freedom is being taken away because I have to wear this fucking thing over my face.
Sure.
Everybody fucking going out having 100 people bashes. Nobody wants to follow the rules, but then when shit goes crazy, this is where we're at now. Now we have to rush a vaccine that could potentially do damage to people.
I saw a funny meme where it was, you guys probably saw it, the ones that said I'm taking Xans, I'm taking, all these rappers are like, I'm taking Xan, I'm doing this drug, doing that drug. But then they draw the line at the vaccine. But they're doing all these other stuff.
But at least you know. But you know what though? Can't be mad at that. At least I know if I'm taking this, I could potentially drop. That's an overdose. But I know what the effects are gonna be. So you take this shot. I saw the other meme. I saw two different memes. It was the first like old white lady that took it, and then it was a black nurse that took it.
Oh, those are funny. I saw that.
And it was like 7 days later, and they're just like zombies and shit. Like the white lady just running around, crawling on the walls.
That shit was fucking funny, man. Funny.
See that you don't know what like you know if you're gonna smoke some weed, what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know if you drink, what's gonna happen. You know if you pop a Xanny, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna put this foreign substance in my body. Like it's tough, man. Like like we said, like I said, like the new PlayStation, iPhone comes out, and it's like, nah, wait. You don't know what bugs are there. Like I'm cautious with that. You're gonna just say here, you're gonna shoot that liquid out the syringe. Like give me your arm. Like nah, I'll wait. Like if that means a travel ban restriction, I won't travel for like a year. It's fine. I'll wait. Technically, I could drive to Alaska. It's gonna be a long ass trip. Technically, I could drive there.
Yeah. I saw another meme where some dude was like, "Y'all eat ass." A chick that didn't shower or some shit like that, whatever. But yeah, you gonna take the fucking vaccine.
I'll tell you what. If those are my options, spread them.
Nice.
That's how much I am in fear of this vaccine. Legit, like legitimately.
I think my job is about to make it like mandatory. They haven't officially used the word yet, but they sent out a survey, like an intense, extensive survey, like about like, would you take it and all the side effects and all the shit like that. Are you worried about that? Like just asking us a ton of questions. So I feel like they're gonna push on this soon. That in order to work,
I hope you guys are answering it honestly.
I fucking forgot to send that shit to myself. It just dropped before the holiday, so I didn't get a chance. I just like read like the first question or the first paragraph of it. I'm just fucking tired of reading shit.
Would you be willing to grow a third arm?
You want a third eye like in fucking The Simpsons, the fish? Crazy, man.
I do. Answer it honestly, and God bless you.
Of course.
You're in that profession that I can see that happening.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just answer as honestly as you can. Hopefully everybody else does, and everybody goes, nah. Like, am I willing to look, man? Am I willing to take this vaccine eventually? Not anytime right now. I'm willing to do it as long as it takes while, so like a new vaccine or a new medicine comes out, they technically wait a year to see what long-term effects are. Give me a year's worth of time starting now from when all these vaccines are starting up. Give me a year.
But I think, my bad, Paul, but I was just gonna say, like, I think that the way things are set up, I think by the time you probably get it, it's probably gonna be close to like a year for you, because like you're not like in the medical field, and by the time it gets like to other people and other shit like that, whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. So I think that's right?
I believe that's true. I think they gave that timetable. It was like 8 months to a year before a certain amount of public, other than like the mandatory people that should have it. And by that time, they would turn everybody into zombies anyway. So, we'll be full swing into that.
So you better get your ammo ready.
Dude, that is so hard to come by right now. Ammo is hard to come by right now. I have enough to last.
Two apocalypses?
Huh?
Enough to last 2 apocalypses?
No, I have enough to last like half of a first season of The Walking Dead.
Nice.
After that, I gotta pull out a sword or something and go me shawing on people. Or be a hell of a shot. I gotta be on some one shot, one kill shit.
Yeah, or get some bow and arrows.
I have a bow. I gotta get my bow fixed. I have a bow. I just have to get it fixed. So it's broken down. I bought it broken, but you can go to a place and get it repaired. I'm just hoping it's not gonna cost the amount of a new entire bow. So we'll see. I want to learn how to shoot a bow.
It'd be sick. I shot one once, and it's true. Them shits fucking hurt if you don't know what you're doing.
I heard about those too. So yeah, I want to learn how to shoot without
Fuck it up your
taking off
finger.
a layer of my skin on
They
my.
want those gloves. They want those gloves that they wear. If you can, or get like one of your baseball gloves or some shit like that.
I don't wanna cheat because they have the bows that have technically what's called a trigger on it,
Oh yeah.
and you hit the button and it shoots the arrow out for you. It's like a trigger. I don't want to do that. I want to learn how to pull it back and let it go. Because I always think like worst case scenarios. Like I don't want all kind of extra shit on my guns because what happens if I'm caught in a position that I don't have all my extra shit on my guns? I want to be able to shoot my shit without any attachments or nothing. Just bang, there it is.
In the most generic form.
The most generic form. Like how about if I'm, whatever reason, I need to shoot my bow and arrow, but I'm like, fuck, where's my trigger at? When honestly, you just pull it back and let it rip. Like I want to be able to do that to know how to do it like that. You know, those things that come with it are luxuries of that. And sometimes you're not afforded luxuries like that. Hold on,
Hey.
Robert, let me get my scope on and my infrared light. Hold on, give me like a 20 count. You know, so.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll give you 20.
I want to, the only thing I would do though, is I keep my my ear protection, my earmuffs. I keep those close by because if somebody's breaking in, I'm gonna throw those things on because that shit is loud. You ever fire a gun without ear protection?
Yeah, once.
Ooh, that's all you hear is that shit go through your ear like, huh? What? Huh?
Well, I was outside when I shot when I was shooting. So I don't know. Are you referring to like indoors or?
So I fired a gun twice without ear protection. The first time it was when I first got my 9. And I was talking to this kid. I'm like, yo, I got my shit. And he was like, awesome. I'm like, yo, let's shoot it tonight. Wait, there was no, there's no ranges and shit open. But I was fiending to fire it. So where I worked at the time, it was in an industrial park. And there was an area I knew of that was really, nobody was really around. Like you had some space on either side of you where there's really nothing around. So I said, bro, we're going to shoot this shit tonight. I was like, follow me and we're going to shoot this shit. So when I was at work, I drew a cardboard bad guy. And by that time it was late at night. Like it was super late at night. And in PA, like, after a certain amount of time, everything's dead. So we got in my car and we drove off to off that little part I was telling about. And we got out. It was real quick. Dude, it was real quick. Got out and I went in my car, I grabbed my little dummy and I put him up and I ran back. And I'm like, I'll fire one, you fire one. He was like, all right. So I was like, bang. That one, surprisingly, didn't hurt my ears. When I fired it, I didn't hit shit. But when I fired it, my ears weren't really ringing. I gave the gun to my boy, and he fired a shot. When he fired a shot, yo, that shit hit my ears hard. I was like, what the fuck? And then the other time that I shot it without ear protection, it was my boy's AR.
Oh.
And it was at the range, but the range had like a little canopy on top. So it wasn't really enclosed, but
that sound bounced off.
The sound bounced off. And I let it off, bang. And I was like, wow. Because, you get that woo going through your head.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna say the whole time you're describing your story about the time when you shot it and it rang your ears. I'm thinking of when they dropped it like the atomic bomb, like that scene, like. Oh man.
I mean, I can't compare, But damn, did that shit, woof. So I have a 45. Like, I had to sell my 9mm. So now I have a 45, which sounds way louder. And if I have to shoot that shit for, God forbid, whatever reason in my house, like, I'm going to blow my eardrums off. So I keep my little ear protection right by my bed, right by my gun. In case I hear a noise, I slap those things on my head, and I'm like, let's go.
Nice.
So we'll see.
It's funny, the whole time you were explaining that, I was actually thinking like behind your dummy, whatever, way back, they're having like a KKK meeting, and then you're accidentally shooting through.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
because it was literally in the middle of nowhere. Like, the only place that could have happened, so by the dummy was a trail that went up. I don't even know. It went so far up that you lost eyesight of where it ended up, and it was uphill. So unless I fired it, it ricocheted off a rock, hit off another rock, and went straight up and then pipe hit somebody. Nah. I had to learn how to shoot. After the first time I went to the range, I sucked. Like, I couldn't hit shit. So, it's actually, your finger has to be a certain way. There's a certain way to look through the sight. There's a certain way to grip everything. And God bless YouTube. I looked at all that shit in YouTube. I went back and used what I saw on YouTube. I was nailing shit. Bang, bang, bang. Like, so there's a certain way to do it.
Watching movies is bullshit. Like, all the times that you saw, like, motherfuckers running and shooting with fucking aim, like no problem. Not saying that shit is not possible, but, like, again, the first time I shot a gun, the kickback, I'm like, yo, how the fuck are you doing that multiple times, running and, like, doing, like, mad at the shit? You're like, all right, it's a whole nother ball game. You realize, like, how serious this shit is,
Depending what gun you have and depending how you hold it, like, you could technically control the kickback on it. I haven't fired anything stronger than my 45, but as long as you hold it right, technically you can let off multiple shots. If you hold it right, you can let off multiple shots and not be all over the place. That Eagle, I want to see what it feels like, because I went to this one store.
Oh, Desert Eagle?
Yeah. I went to this one store, and it was the newest version out, and the shit was like $2,000. And I was like, look, man, I'm not going to buy that thing. I'm like, but can I please? I just want to feel it in my hands. I said, I want to know what the weight feels like. He was like, yeah, I got you. So he opens the cabinet up. He brings it out, gives it to me. Holy shit. It's a chunk of metal in your hands. Like,
isn't that shit that Schwarzenegger had in Last Action Hero?
I don't remember. Technically, RoboCop had it. He had a way crazier version of it, but that's like RoboCop's gun, but just like a ain't gonna do that. But
man, the sound effect from that gun that they use in that movie, oh my god, that shit always brings chills, man.
But the body of that is a Desert Eagle.
Okay, got you.
I always want to fire that, so I just need to get a couple more things to make my genres complete. Like, I want a shotgun for close up. I sold the AR I had, so I want to buy another AR. And I want to get something that fires at a distance. Because the AR gives you distance, but not like, they have like hunting rifles that will go distance. And then that'll complete my gun collection.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys ever come to PA, man? We'll go to the range.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I'm down. Get the bow now.
Go clan hunting.
Yeah. Go protection hunting. I mean,
Dude, there's some good old boys up here, man.
Yeah, I get it. Just being around some of the people I got to be around all day, like where they go home, what they go home and do.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Not so much in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, up here, you get it.
Here too, that Confederate flag waves proudly around here.
Yeah. There's a motherfucker with a Trump vehicle that's just like decked out with flags and everything like that. Drives around.
During the election, like it would be like a Trump truck and like like a fleet of people behind them just blowing their horns, all supporting them, like Confederate flags waving. Like, they don't understand what that means to people, other people.
They don't care.
They're in their own world over here. I'll say that, man. Partly they don't care, but they don't care because they're in their own world over here. Like, they don't know what life is outside of this border. Like, they don't know what life is like in Philly, New York, where we came from, New York.
That's why I love when they hold their rallies and where they hold them. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Well, not really cool, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, fine, but why don't you do that shit in Harlem? Or why don't you go do that shit where it's real? You see, like,
Locust Hill.
Oh my God, you get fucking trapped.
My cousin was telling me, he said he saw it, and they aired it one time and they never aired it again. It was Trump supporters, and they had their guns out, but they were in like a city-like area. It was in LA. We're like, nah, we're protecting our freedoms. Y'all back up. But they were like threatening people that were just, I don't know if they were peacefully protesting. I forgot what it was, but they were just like, being threatening. And everybody had a gun. And all of a sudden, Bloods and Crips together came out. And they were all armed to the teeth. And they were just like, what's up now? What's up? And they were like, nah, we're just. And then they bitched up quick. They were like, nah, it's not that. We're just, protecting our rights. And but the gang members were like, good for you. We're fitting to shoot. They're like, I don't care about what you're doing. You got guns out. We got guns out. Like, we are ready to pop. Like, I don't care what you talking that peaceful shit with guns. There's no peaceful shit with guns. Like, you guys are being threatening. If that's the case, like, we're here to shoot. So what's up? And then they dispersed and shit. They just let them.
Like, no. It's out of there, man.
Good old intolerance, man. Just if you're gonna do that, just be fair all the way around. Nobody could do that.
Exactly.
So, Len, you got anything?
Yeah, I know we'll gotta go in a minute, but this is real quick. So obviously you know about influencers, like on the net and what people do and all that fucking shit. So I just saw something the other day where there's a couple that has like these twin kids, and like they use them to like for influencing. So like like companies like Walmart or like I think the other some kid clothing shit, like they'll pay them up to $10,000 to $20,000 to do something on their site, so that like wear certain clothing or whatever, and then people will like go track it, right?
Yeah.
So this couple is about to have another child. So they already started an Instagram page for this kid that hasn't even been born yet. And this shit has like over 112,000 followers already. Oh. And I think they're just prepping that shit for when, let's say, fucking Pampers says like, oh yeah, it could sponsor this kid coming out of the womb.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. God, there are so many ways to make money. I am ashamed of myself that I'm not where I want to be yet after hearing that. The unborn child has more followers than
112,000. But obviously mostly because of the family that he's connected to. But the fact that that's already happening, and they saying that like companies are like trying to like get to them already to like trying to promote their shit. I think that the kids that they have now, I think they're a little bit older, maybe like 3-4 years old or some shit like that, and they have like a YouTube channel and like fucking crazy amount of hits and all that. I'm like, yo, this shit just don't add up, man. It don't add up. Like,
yeah, I read about this other story. This 13-year-old kid became a millionaire all because this kid was doing stupid shit, and his father was smart enough to turn on monetization in YouTube. Within a year and a half, the kid became a millionaire, and he's making like some ridiculous amount now, like $100,000 a month, because he has so many followers on YouTube. He monetizes it. I mean, he just goes to Walmart, does stupid shit, and posts it. I mean,
good for the dad, good for the kid.
Hey.
The only thing I can ask, and the only thing I hope for, is that, again, just be humble with it. Don't be a Jake Paul and all of a sudden let everything go to your head. Just give back when you can. Be humble. Don't be a dick. You got your money doing next to nothing. understand that definitely doesn't make you any better than anybody else.
Right.
Live your life. Like, congratulations to him. Like, you know, if my little nephew made a killing off of doing next to nothing, I wouldn't bash him for it. You know, at that point, you just have to hope that he learns and he just knows how to act with it, man. See how it goes. Good job, little kids and baby that hasn't been born yet. Hopefully they don't tattoo a fucking logo on them right out the womb.
That's what it feels like it might be going, man. Like, it's the same thing almost. You're basically branding them.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
That could be a girl baby, you know.
But again, you know, if that's what that path led to, and the parents, you know, good for all parties involved. Like, if the little kid has more followers than most grown-ups trying to do it right now, look, more power to them. I don't hate, man. Like,
there's a price that's going to come with that, though. There's a price to come with that, what they're doing. There's going to be, their life is not going to be, quote unquote, nobody's life is perfect, but like, to live under that spotlight from the get-go, I don't know.
Hey, that'll eventually fade. Like, if you're getting sponsored as a baby, you know, you're going to grow up. So I hope you don't, you know, hope the parents don't rob the little baby. Hope they fucking invest. They make a better future for themselves and the kid. Because the parents really aren't doing anything. They're just being parents. You know, the kid is what's going to be sponsored at this point and advertised. Again, more power to anybody involved in it. I can't hate. Like, I can't hate. You know, just go about it the right way at the end of the day. You know, give back. You know, don't be a fucking douche. Like, don't think you're better than anybody because you've done nothing. You really haven't contributed to the world. You just got paid off of just some luck shit.
It's funny you said that too, because I was actually gonna see, like, I forgot to go check out their page. They have a link to like their names, like the family's name, whatever. I was gonna go actually peep out all their shit to see how they are in regards to that. Are they like just some money hungry, sell their soul for this shit, or is there like there's a true plan involved to like make sure my kids got enough money for college, make sure their kids got money for college, like setting all that shit up now, to, you know. So I wanted to see if they were actually like that or not.
I'm not big on, like, college should be optional. Like, I don't think you're a failure. I don't think you're a failure if you don't go to college.
Well, that's hypothetical. I wasn't like necessarily that's like the main thing to do, but, you know, just put the money aside at least, or something like that. You know, establishing their future.
Again, it's what do you make sure they're comfortable. You know, at the end of the day, if they don't know how to navigate through the world, they're gonna be fucked either way. You know, like my little nephew, if he doesn't want to go to college, that's fine. Figure out what you're gonna do. You know, find out what you're good at, make money off of it. Like, find out what you can do to better yourself for the future. I don't think school's necessarily the answer. Like, people are like, oh, you have to go to college now. You know what? College got me bills alone. And what I studied, I can't get into that field without taking a major step back in my life that I can't at this age. So if you look at the Forbes list, like, there are technically a certain amount of people that never graduated high school that's on the Forbes list. Got the GED. There are people that never went to college that are on the Forbes list. Like, that necessarily doesn't mean you're going to be successful. And at the end of the day, colleges are business. If they could rhyme, they'd be a fucking rap scam. I've been to I've been to 2 different colleges. I've been to a couple of different colleges. They give you some horseshit education. And what do they say? Can't get experience without working, can't work without the experience, some shit like that.
Yeah.
It's all a game. And it's a business. Schools have their agendas like everybody else, man. That does not make your future, especially like the education that's given out in America. Sorry. We're not the greatest country when it comes to education anymore.
And a few other things.
But we still tout it like we are.
I you know, kudos to the people that give out college for free. Those countries that go, your education is free. That's what it should be. Not you now have to work the rest of your life to pay off the fact you went to school to get to this level.
Yep.
Like, that's horrible. So, you know, it is what it is, man. I don't think college is the end all be all. You have to have a plan. You have to figure out what you're gonna do. You know, you can't just go, I'm not going to college, I'm not gonna do shit. Like, you should have a game plan. More times than not, people that end up winning are the people who have a game plan and follow through with it. But have a legitimate, I did the research, this is what I want to do, here's how I'm going to do it. If you're freestyling it, good luck to you. So, Will, I know you got to leave, man.
Yeah, I got to go pick up my mom's.
Oh, shit, sorry. All right, real quick, what's your Instagram?
Instagram is, username is Tommy_limited. That's TOHMEE_LIMITED. That's for the sneaker brand, and the merch brand is under the username Tommy_79. TOHMEE_79.
So on either Instagram page, it'll link up to the other one?
It did before, but I kind of broke away from it. Now they're its own independent username, so it actually doesn't link back to the other. I actually went to the one that had merch and deleted all the sneaker pics so that all the sneaker pics is on one username, just to separate them.
I got you. Well, I'll find out those links. I'll put them in the description. You can catch this podcast on the Paul and Palz podcast, Palz with a Z, parentheses PNP. That's the Instagram page. I'll put the link there too. My merch will be up very soon. That's about it. Len?
Just Dukes Len for now on Instagram. You can hit me up, but I probably won't respond. So, nah, fuck with y'all. Hit me up, man. We'll talk.
We're on also, you can catch this episode, the audio versions, which is technically what a podcast is, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, and whole other one, they'll be on the description. So for Mr. William, Len Dukes, I am Paul. Thank you for hanging out, and catch you next one. Peace.
Peace.
America!
Bye.